and welcome everyone to the Marr Show. E3 is once again upon us, so yay! The only problem is that E3 is already over by the time this video is gonna be out, but it's still kind of E3 week, sort of, so E3's here! Yay! I'm recording this live action recording a few weeks ahead of E3, mainly because I want to get this video out fast. It's June the 2nd right now. I just want to get a video out on time for once, so yeah, go me! E3 is something that every gamer looks forward to every year, well, most people anyway, to see what new IPs are going to be introduced, what new games are going to come out, to see the future of what our franchises are going to embark on, and also to see what returning franchises could return and all that stuff. And not only did Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft have their press conferences, Ubisoft, EA, Bethesda, and Square Enix, I wanted to say Squaresoft, Square Enix also had conferences of their own as well, so the more the merrier. And one of my favorite type of videos to watch during this time of year is all the various top 10s, top 5s, top 20s, the top 10 games or whatever that were showcased at this year's E3. And I always like those type of videos, you know? It gets the whole community talking to see, comparing lists to see what people are excited the most of, you know? It's a good time, and I always want to do those type of videos. I mean, I released some videos that are related to E3 somewhere, like with the top 10 Mario Galaxy levels, but other than that, you know, I want to make something personal for E3, so this is going to be my top 10 games of E3 2015. The only major rule I have is that this is my list. Not everyone's going to like the same game, sure there may be one game that tons upon tons of people are excited to play, but there's a few that may not be excited for that particular game, so you know, this list is based on what I would like at a game and my personal taste of it. So good. And with that in mind, yes.
And I think you'll get a
Oh yeah, What are you doing?
It's simple. We all betted that most of these games on this list are going to be Nintendo themed.
Yeah, we're gonna win a crap ton of cash with this, and we're not sharing with you.
Oh, yeah. I think it's no secret to anyone that I'm a Nintendo fanboy. Fanboy! But anyway, but to make this list even for all the other games, like for the Sony and the Microsoft people, I'm only going to include 5 Nintendo-themed games, if there were any out, because again, this is pre-recording, so...
The birthday turned us right. We lost half of our money!
It's okay. All we bet was $6.39 and a stack of magic cards.
Wow. We're cheap.
Tell me about it.
I just said that.
Number 10.
It's funny how when I pre-recorded early, I was thinking Nintendo was going to have a massive show this year. And they had a decent show. I mean, they did showcase some new games, but none of which weren't that really interesting, and none that had that big wow factor compared to Sony and Bethesda's showing. Not to mention, most of the games are titles that we knew about before, such as Xenoblade Chronicles X and Mario Maker, so most of it felt like filler. But it did get me to rethink on a game series that I haven't even played at all. After looking at the trailer for Fire Emblem Fates again, I kinda wanna get into the series. I mean, friends kept telling me how great Awakening was, so I guess it's better time than any to get into the series, except it's coming out next year. So, I guess in the meantime I could play Awakening and get prepared for this title.
Number 9.
Me and Kingdom Hearts has a weird relationship. On one hand, the first installment is very personal to me as a gamer, which I will explain in a few videos from now. But at the same time, the storyline just got into a big cluster in the mess as the games continued, so I haven't really beaten all the games yet. To give you an idea, I've beaten the first 3 games that were out, then half of 365 plus days and Birth by Sleep, and I have yet to touch Recoded and Dream Drop Distance. After looking at the recent trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm thinking about going back and playing through all the titles just to get ready for this game because, damn, it looks amazing. The insane combat, the detailed and vast worlds, well, we only got to solve Rapunzel's world, but Hey, at least Tangled is confirmed. And holy crap, now you can use Disney theme park rides as summons, which is sweet. There's only one thing I'm disappointed by the trailer. No release date.
Number 8.
Say what you want, but I'm personally excited for the Mario and Luigi Paper Jam game. It's a crossover between the Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi RPG series, and if you haven't played any of them before, I definitely recommend trying them out. They're fantastic titles. I just wish there was a Super Mario RPG too! The reason I chose this title is cause I didn't try out the previous installments, Sticker Star and Dream Team, just cause they didn't really catch my interest. I'm sure they're fantastic games, but this one looks to be a bit more creative. While I wish this title was on the Wii U because, well, there were barely any new Wii U titles announced at E3, I'm still going to pick this game up.
Number 7.
Once again, Nintendo showcased Yoshi's Woolly Worlds, and while there wasn't really a ton of new information released, that doesn't change from the fact that this game looks adorable. It definitely looks like wool, and I'm sorry, but those Yarn Yoshi amiibos are so...
They're so cute. I want to hug him and squeeze him and...
I'm a man. A big manly man who likes explosions and stuff. I don't get invested in this cutesy, witsy, strawberry, Care Bear like crap!
And by the looks of it, the level designs will be completely soaked in secrets and collectibles, just like in the good old classics like Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Story, and Yoshi's New Island. Well, wait, maybe not that one. What else can I say but too dang cute? So much adorable, so cute and happy and...
Number 6.
Okay, honestly guys, I got nothing to say. I mean, don't get me wrong, Fallout 4 looks amazing and half of my life is going to be taken away from this game by the amount of hours I'll be putting into it, but everyone has talked to death about this game. And most of the people I know have already talked a whole lot about this. And even though not all of my friends have YouTube accounts and make a video dedicated to it, all of them has talked about it. Black Cross, Surge, this guy, that fella, that lady, that whoever that guy is, Richard Nixon. Everyone I know has talked about this game. And I can't really say much about it before I sound like a broken record player. Even though I think I am a broken record player. Well then, talk about something else. Oh, why not mention that Final Fantasy VII remake? But I'm not interested in it. And there goes half of your subscribers, Daily Mary. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Number 5.
Even though I mentioned this before, I thought that the Nintendo E3 Direct digital event thing or whatever was boring. But the biggest disappointment of all was the last third. It was nothing but Mario Maker. Oh sure, the game looks great, and I can't wait to invent my own levels and trying out other people's levels, and heck, they even confirmed that the levels that were showcased in the Nintendo World Championship this year are going to be inputted into Mario Maker. But, my goodness, there was nothing new showcased about this game that we already knew about. Except it's best to get the physical release, cause it has a buck in it. A freaking buck! Oh, and there was another new mushroom added in. You can transform into different Nintendo characters with the amiibos, which I find hilarious to see Wii Fit Trainer in. So how funny would it be to see Mr. Game & Watch in it, or Villager, or Shulk, or even Guff? Who likes Guff? We all like Guff.
Don't you even think about putting me in this game.
Oh come on Guff, it's not that bad.
But I don't like jumping.
Oh don't you worry, I'll control you.
Don't you even think about putting me in this game, or else this is the last daggum tea party you ruin!
Okay?
Number 4.
Recently I just got done playing through all the original Ratchet & Clank games. Again. For the 5th time. The amazing platformers have great and funny characters, and the weapons that Ratchet uses are so awesome. I will make a top 10, but I get the feeling someone has already done the ideal. but the reason I replayed them is to get ready for the upcoming Ratchet & Clank movie, which is going to be so amazing and is gonna be released next year. Drat. So when I saw the gameplay of the new PS4 reboot, well, it looks stunning. It's like a whole ground up remake of the first game, which technically it is, but it still looks great. I also like the pixel gun Ratchet uses. That one looks to be amazing. My only fear is that seeing as how it's also a tie-in game to the movie, that it's going to be dumbed down like most movie-based games are. But I think I'm worrying too much. I'm sure it's gonna be great regardless.
Number 3.
Cuphead is an indie title, and one that looks right up my alley in terms of gameplay and presentation. It's a Contra style type game, but the visuals look... oh my! I'm a big fan of cartoon designs from the 30s and 40s, and this game feels like something that Up Iwerks or even Max Fleischer would have come up with. Even at the end, I love this little bit here where it says coming out 1936 plus 80 years. I give him props for creativity. The game looks great and it looks to be fun and challenging. There's only one downside, and that's the game is only gonna be an Xbox One exclusive, so... screw it, I'm gonna give myself an Xbox One. And I've been wanting to play Sunset Overdrive for quite a while.
Number 2.
This was a major shock for me, cause I was thinking they would never make another game. But apparently Trey Parker and Matt Stone decided to screw it all and just go ahead and make another one. No, literally, that's what they said. Sort of. Just go watch the Ubisoft press conference, you'll see what I mean. South Park The Stick of Truth, despite it being a short RPG, was really cool. I dare even say it's one of the best TV licensed games out there, next to DuckTales on the NES of course. It's funny, has a simple but deep combat system, and it had so many references to the show's 17-year history to back it up. So seeing them doing another game like Stick of Truth, but with Kuna friends, I can't imagine what they will come up with. All I know is that it's going to be gross, offensive, and just all out funny as hell.
South Park, the fractured but whole.
Now available for pre-order.
Yeah, everyone pre-order, that's a good idea. Shut up, Butters!
But before we get to number 1, let's take a look at the runner-ups for this list, because I couldn't fit any of these games on the top 10 list, so here are the runner-ups for it. Begin! Number 1 is a game that I was already excited about before we actually got to see actual gameplay of it. In fact, I was excited for this game so much that I teased my joy for it in a previous Delmar Show video. Yes, show that clip again, please.
Happy, 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 joy, 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 happy, 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 joy, 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 happy, happy.
That's right, my number 1 pick goes to Star Fox Zero. Everything about this game is what I wanted for a brand new Star Fox game. Sticking with the Star Fox 64 gameplay, but with some expensive gameplay options and a glorious 1080p HD! What I was most joyed of seeing was them taking the walking all-ring idea from the cancelled Star Fox 2 game and incorporated it into the new game. And sure, technically the second SNES game is released through an SNES emulator, but I haven't played it yet, so this is my next option. I guess one thing I'm worried about the game is the controller options for it. Okay, so you can like fly the all-ring as usual with your joystick, but for aiming, you have to use the gamepad's gyro feature to shoot stuff with. But I heard that it was just an option and you can use the classic controller if you want. It's a game that I've been wanting to play for the longest time, and now I can finally play it.
Do a barrel roll!
And that's all the time we have for today, folks. So if you'd like to leave your thoughts on the games that were announced at E3 this year, just comment below. And again, this is just my list. My opinion doesn't matter. And if you want to share what game, your top 10 games of E3 or make your own video, go on ahead. I'm curious. So yeah, hopefully I'll do something like this next year as well. It was a lot of fun making it. I had a lot of fun talking about the games I wanted to talk about, even though I don't know what games are going to come out yet, because again, June the 2nd. Man, this feels like a time machine. By any chance, in the future, was Half-Life 3 announced? And now if you excuse me... Gosh! It tastes like rotten panty candy corn hoses.
I would ask you how you would know that, but then again, I'd rather not.
Slow.